You are listening to The Ron Van Dam Show. That's one part blah, 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 one part ha, 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 and just a smidgen of ta-da!
Ron Van Dam is an experienced talk show host. Do not attempt to try this at home.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you for your patronage.
Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird if you like that sort of thing.
Welcome to the Ron Van Dam Show. I say that because I'm in it, and I can say that. So welcome to the Ron Van Dam Show. Make yourself comfortable. I will entertain and inform for the next 30 minutes. After that, then I'm going to stop. Thank you. Thank you. If I say anything wrong or insulting, it's because I haven't had my coffee yet. That's my excuse for everything, and you must accept it. Okay. All right. Sure. Why not? How are you, man? The Olympics are almost over, thank God. I'm getting sick of this. Seeing people break their legs and get medals, and what? Whatever. What does this have to do with me? I mean, I don't even like the cold weather and the snow, really, as far as sports are concerned. So, what does this have to do with me? So I can't wait till it's over, and I'm going to get another recount of how many countries end with Stan during the closing ceremony. Yeah, closing ceremonies like the opening ceremonies. They can just run it backwards, actually. For the opening ceremonies, they had like 528 countries march into a stadium. Just run it backwards. Why go through all this expense? Now we're going to watch them all leave. Bye. Hey, if ICE was there, you'd all be deported. You'd be gone by now. Come on, babies. Seriously, what have I learned from these Olympics? Nothing, really. I've learned that a lot of people are too old to be in them. I've learned that. I've learned that there are about like 6 or 7 countries that end in Stan. Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Meshistan, Flakistan, Afghanistan, Upanistan, Stan, Krapistan. There's a lot of them. And do they win any medals? Medals? I don't even know what they are. I don't think so. I don't know. Remember the Jamaican bobsled team? Was that a joke? No, they really had a bobsled team. Okay, what? I'll tell you one thing. I'm getting really good at curling. I've gotten into curling. I bought some of this hairstyling cream. I put it in my hair, got my curling iron, and I'm looking pretty good. I'm into curling now, man. Thanks a lot. Pickleball? I don't play it, but I love pickles now. So there's a benefit to everything that's not quite obvious. That's my story. I don't know what to tell you. I can't wait for the Olympics to be over. I really can't. It's just nuts. Trump calls it a diversion. That is so funny if you politically find some humor in everything. Anyway, how are you today? I guess the World Cup is next. There are some cities across the United States and North America, which is, I guess, where the United States is at this present time. And there are going to be a lot of World Cup soccer matches. I think that the logo for the World Cup should be a giant jockstrap. Think about it. When I was growing up, a cup was something you wore to protect your weenie. Now it's a soccer match. I don't know. I guess the World Cup is that the prize? Is that like the Oscars or something? I don't I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not into sports. I don't know what they are. Sports to me are just a bunch of people running around trying to do things that they normally can't do. That's sports to me. I guess it's great for competition. We teach our children that competition is a good thing. This is how you learn to be a loser. And then we became very, very sensitive to our children. And there are no losers. This was the phrase. There are no losers. Only winners. I don't know if part 2 of that phrase is proper, but yeah, we're all winners. We're all winners, right? Yeah, we're all winners, sure. Yeah, that's why winners have all the money and losers have nothing. You know that sign that you make? You take your fingers and you put it into a big L, which a lot of people get backwards, and then they put it up to their forehead. That means that you are publicly being shunned because you have lost. And it's just a way of showing your love and sensitivity for other human beings. That's all that is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're living in a world which is actually a gigantic schoolyard. Trump has turned it into that. Gigantic schoolyard where in this world you can be bullied, you can be threatened, and if you don't go along with me and give me your school lunch, I will destroy you. What a beautiful lesson for the children. I'm a little concerned about the children growing up. I really am. I think you're growing up into a pot of crap is what you're doing, where there's no consideration about the environment anymore. We've given up our humanity to computers. We don't have to move our muscles to do anything. Everything is brought to us or virtually there anyway. Wonderful. Thank you. You children should be so thankful that society has brought you to this incredibly, demonstratively beautiful level. This is almost funny, if it were funny. Anyway. So the World Cup is on its way. Giant Jockstrap logo, I think, should be. And I live in the area of a city that's going to be having the World Cup. Boston, I live in the Boston area. Let's call it Greater Boston, like the Greater Antilles or the Lesser Antilles. Let's call it like that. And there's going to be a World Cup somewhere around here, and I have to just put up with it, and that's the end of it. But where do people who have World Cups, where do they stay? B&B, is it? Bread and breakfast? Yeah, I don't know what it is. They are trying to expand so that people from other countries can come here and stay overnight, and for the week as they watch soccer matches. If you stay longer than the soccer match, you'll be deported or held in a detention center somewhere in the Southwest for a couple of years, and then you'll be sent home, probably, missing a couple of brain cells. So, yeah, careful though. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful visiting this country now. Careful. You could be pulled out of a car or a taxi cab or an Uber and forcefully and thrown to a detention center. Be very, very careful. If you think you're a citizen, we'll find that out in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, detention time for you. Hey, welcome to the United States. And happy anniversary, democracy. Anyway, I digress. So we're going to speak to Airbnb. I think that's what they call themselves. And you can actually have people stay in your house. All right, I'm going to, look, I am not everybody. I know that. I know that I am substantially not like you. I do not follow the norm. I don't know who this guy Norm is, but I don't follow him on Twitter or on, what is it called now? X? I don't even understand what that's called. This Elon Musk guy, man, all those guys are crazy. A lot of money, but crazy. It's like I was complaining on yesterday's show about Xfinity, and I have perfect right to do that because that's exactly what happened. Any brand that has X in it at the beginning, like Xfinity or X, the Twitter thing, X to me means no, don't go there. If I took a giant X and put it on the door, it means don't open that door. So why a company would on purpose make their brand begin with a gigantic X? I do not know. It's a branding nightmare as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the Airbnb thing. Yeah, I would, you know what? I'm never going to have a stranger stay in my house. And if I have a stranger stay in my house and they give me money, isn't that residential prostitution? You want to stay in my house? You want to enjoy my house? Sure. It's going to cost you. How much? $2,000. Isn't that prostitution? You bet. You bet it is. You bet it is. I don't know. I don't want anybody. I don't even want people I know staying in my house. Are you kidding me? Strangers in my house? Are you kidding me? And do you think that I would stay in somebody else's house that I don't know, which they call Airbnb? Actually, Ron, Airbnbs are significantly, you have to go through a process to make sure that you're eligible and validated and all that thing. You have to look at 6 pictures and tell us which one's the bus images in. You have to verify that, and so there's a lot going on. So no. Yeah, but I don't want to stay in somebody else's house. I don't know them. I don't know them. How do I know that in the middle of the night they're not gonna axe murder me? I don't know that. And I don't want anybody staying in my house. They could smell. What if they smelled? What am I supposed to do? Is that in the contract? Yes, I agree. You can stay in my house for the week while you watch the World Cup on my TV, but that's it. But if you stink at all, if you have an odor to you, you cannot stay here. That's not in any contract. What do I do then? What if somebody moves into my house and their culture has garlic in everything? They put garlic in milk. And what if they never shower or something? I don't want them in my house. I don't want them in my bathroom. They're going to take a gigantic crap in my toilet. Why would I want... What? You think I want a stranger to take a giant crap in my toilet on a regular basis? What if the stranger has diarrhea? Explosive diarrhea. That's not in the contract. I can't throw them out if they have explosive diarrhea. I've never seen the explosive diarrhea clause. There should be one, but there isn't. So no one's staying in my house like that. I feel the same way about the Uber and the Lyft. I don't even know what Lyft is. Facelift. I feel the same way about Uber. I'm not getting into somebody else's car. When I was younger, my parents told me, don't talk to strangers and don't get in their car. If they open the door and say, get in, little boy, don't do it unless it's an Uber driver. I'm not getting into a stranger's car. Once I get in my car and the doors close, they automatically lock. Then I am a prisoner no matter how you slice that baby, and I'm taking a chance. Do I think Uber's a bad idea? I don't care. You do what you want. Not for me, though, baby. Not for me. I'm calling a registered taxi cab if I have to do that, where they have to go through extreme registration measures. And they have to have last names that have absolutely no vowels in them whatsoever. No vowels. 23 letters in their last name and not one vowel in sight. Those are the people I trust. Because it has a picture of them on the dashboard. What more do you need for verification? Except for on the dashboard, 6 pictures, which ones have the bus in them. Other than that, I mean, a picture with their name underneath it, that's enough for me. No, I don't do the Uber thing. Would I want to drive an Uber? 1,000 times no. 1,000 times. But now I'm having strangers in my car. I don't know what's in their pants when they're sitting on my back seat there. I don't know. They could stink as well. There's no stink clause for that either. And then I'm going to drive them around like there's some, oh, no way. I went to Brooklyn about 8 years ago, and I took an Uber from my hotel room to the Brooklyn Museum. And I took an Uber there, and it cost me, I think it was like $20 to get there, because we're talking about Brooklyn. And then when I left to go back to the hotel, there was a taxi there out front, in front of the museum, as taxis tend to hang out there. And I got in the taxi, and I said, take me back to the Marriott, please. It's fine. Get to the Marriott. How much is that? That's $8. Wait a minute. I took an Uber, same distance, same amount of time. That was $20. And the taxi driver said, yeah, I know. I don't understand things. But we all have different experiences with the same thing. So, whatever. I'm just saying. Someone staying in my home who I don't know? Are you kidding me? And all this stuff, well, Ron, everybody's verified. Everybody's checked out. Everybody's been carefully. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. And if they have, that's not good enough. Are you kidding me? Someone can't pull something where they look verified, but they ain't verified. What is this verified crap anyway? Why does everything have to be verified? If I want to go to my own app, my own thing, my own website, I have to verify that it's me. When I was growing up, I never had to verify anything. There was no verification on it, and everybody was happy. Everybody was fine. Now everybody has to prove who they are continually. I want to check and see how much I have left in my bank account with my online banking. Well, we'll send you a code to your phone to verify that it's you. What is going on? What is going on? This is too much. It's too much. Stop sending me codes. Do you want to blow your nose? Yes, I'm going to sneeze. Wait, I'll send you a code and then you can sneeze. I have to verify this is your snot in your nose. Oh, come on now. That's where we're headed, by the way. That's what's going to happen, and you know it. Don't argue with me. I'm not in the mood. This is crazy. This is crazy. Verification on everything. You say to your spouse, hey, you want to have sex? I have to verify that it's you. What do you mean? You look at me. It's facial recognition. I know, but these days with AI, No, AI is not for like actual people standing in front of you. It kind of is. I have to make sure this is you before I have sex with you. It's going to happen. You know it. You know it's going to happen. Don't argue with me again. I'm not in the mood. It's gone. It's all gone too far. It's all gone too far. It's gone too far. Everything has gone too far. Everything. Deportations, verification that it's actually you. Here's the odd thing, which I don't understand. When I go online to something that I'm looking at, there's a little box in the center of the screen that says, check here to verify that it's you. I put a check in, and then I can get through. How have you verified me? Because I put a check in the box. I don't understand what happened there. That's verification? Because I'm smart enough to put a check in the box with my mouse? Now I'm verified? I don't even understand the verification process here. But I'm sick of verifying myself. I'm kind of almost convinced that maybe I'm not me. They're asking me so many times to verify that it is me. Maybe they're right. Maybe it isn't. That would be weird. That'd be like a Twilight Zone. Kids, you don't know what I'm referring to. Older people do. That'd be like a Twilight Zone. Well, they've asked me so many times to identify myself. Maybe I'm really not myself. I don't, because that's a phrase. You get up in the morning and you feel a little sick, and people say, how you doing? I don't know. I don't feel like myself. That's because you're not verified. Have I complained enough? I think I have. I think I did a pretty good job of complaining. Who are you trying to kid? We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll see, like, where do you stay if you got your World Cups all over the place? What happens then? Well, we'll do that, and then our guest will tell us. But first, there's this.
I wanted to learn more about who I am and where I come from. You know, my family history.
I've always been curious about my genetic background. What makes me, me?
I needed to know myself better, and now I do, thanks to Who Is I?
Who Is I is the genetic ancestry testing kit you can use right in your own home. Using state-of-the-art technology from 30 years ago, Who Is I's patent-pending genetic testing protocols have been proven to be 96% accurate in up to 14% of tests, with a highly acceptable 7 to 10% margin of error. In today's market, there is no other ancestry test this accurate that's also called Who Is I.
My Who Is I test told me that I'm 79% Italian, 12% Tasmanian, and 6% Oldsmobile. It was so easy.
Who Is I says I'm 18% New Jerseyan, 42% French toast, and 16% unidentifiable goo. That's so good to know.
With one simple nasal swab test, plus a fingernail, elbow skin, half-ounce of toe sweat, quarter pint of blood or mucus, and 3 drops of fluid from your left eye, Who Is I maps your genetic markers as accurately as a slightly out-of-date road atlas.
I had suspected for a long time that I'm descended from the lizard people of planet Zargon. Now, thanks to Who Is I know I'm actually from Flugamir 7 in the Andromeda system. Plus, I'm 3% Arapaho and 6% slightly used paper products.
Your Who Is I results will tell you not just about yourself, but your whole family tree as well, with just one simple test.
I always wondered about my ancestors. Now I know that my great-great-grandfather was a bicycle tire. Thanks, Who Is I?
Who Is I Home Genetic Ancestry Testing. It's time to get to know yourself better.
Matt McNama joins us now. He's communications lead at Airbnb. Thanks for being with us, Matt.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Well, I understand that the World Cup soccer is coming to various locations across the globe, and Airbnb is getting involved, I understand.
Yeah. So we're about 4 months away from the FIFA World Cup coming to North America. And to put this in context, this is the biggest sporting event on the planet. And what we're seeing is that millions of fans are going to be traveling for the tournament. And searches on Airbnb are surging. People are really wanting to find places to stay on short-term rentals. And they're up 80% over the same time period last year. So what we're doing is we're partnering with FIFA to help residents host in host cities so that open up their home and so fans can earn some extra cash. A report by Deloitte found that hosts could, on average, earn about $3,000 by hosting during the World Cup. Actually, in Boston, that number is way higher. It's about $5,000. So that, can make a huge difference in the lives of people. So whether they're paying down their mortgage or paying off debt or, covering everyday expenses.
Okay. Are there special rates involved for those people that are doing that?
Well, so I think the biggest thing that we're doing is that we're offering $750 for people to host on Airbnb. So if you're a new host, if you're someone who never hosted before and you're renting out your entire home, you would get $750 to host, and that would be available to you anytime from as long as you're hosting from today all the way until the end of July. Wow.
Okay, so is this for locations that are not previously Airbnb qualified locations?
Well, so firstly, you have to follow the rules in Boston, but as long as you're a new host in Boston, you would be able to take advantage of that.
Okay. Now, what about other cities across the country?
So there's 16 host cities across North America, Mexico, Canada, and the U.S., and all of those host cities will be able to take advantage of this as long as you're a new host.
Oh, okay, new host. Okay, fine. What are the qualifications for Airbnb? If I have a house or an apartment, can I do this, or what are the parameters?
Well, every city is different. So make sure that you're looking up your short-term rental regulations to make sure that you qualify. One thing to note is that we have a responsible hosting page on Airbnb. So if you're in a city, you're not sure what the rules are, go ahead and Google that, and you'll find your rules for your jurisdiction. And then from there, setting it up is really easy. You can visit airbnb.com/new-host-FIFA, and you'll find a one-stop shop to find everything you need to host on the platform. One thing that's really helpful for people is to just do some searching in advance. And I think we have a resource center, and that's really helpful for folks to understand how they can host, to get some tips and tricks on how to host. For people who are, wondering, hey, how can I do this successfully? We have co-hosts available for them. So the co-hosts are available through the co-hosting network, and they're experienced hosts who can help you set up your listing. They can help you with pricing. They can help you with your availability. And truly, it ends up being this amazing resource for people to get connected and learn more.
Very good. What is the average stay for one of these events at any of these locations? Is it 2 days, 3 days? Is it a week? How does that work?
Well, it depends on what people are traveling for. I think when it comes to big events like the FIFA World Cup, people tend to travel longer and stay longer because they're coming from afar. So, for example, if you're coming over from the UK or you're coming from, the Middle East, you're going to stay longer because, a trip to the U.S. is not something you do all the time.
Right.
So this is a pretty big opportunity for people who are hosting for the first time. We find that oftentimes people do host for the first time during big events. And the reason for that is it's a huge opportunity, and we're seeing that influx of travelers. So for someone who's coming, say, to Boston or to Kansas City or to New Jersey for the first time, they're going to stay for a week, maybe 2 weeks, because they want to experience and take the most out of the trip.
Wow. Okay. So it's not just one game they're seeing here as far as the World Cup is concerned. It's a series of games.
Well, it could be a series of games. It could be wanting to explore the neighborhood. It could be wanting to explore, attractions and restaurants and really immersing themselves. Yeah. One of the benefits of Airbnb is that, it allows people to live like a local. So they're coming into the community, they're spending money locally, and ultimately what they're doing is they're creating this huge influx of economic opportunity for the community. Hosting alone across all the 16 host cities is going to generate about $215 million for host alone. Now, if you're kind of broaden that out, that's going to have a huge impact. It's going to be $3.6 billion in total economic impact across all the host cities. And that generates things like jobs. It goes right into the community in terms of supporting restaurants, supporting locals, and it ends up becoming this big boon for communities across the country.
So once you register and get qualified by Airbnb, you can do this anytime in the future, right?
Yeah, that's right. And so you would qualify as if you were to host anytime from today all the way up until July. So the incentive is pretty big.
Okay, excellent. Where do we go to get more information?
Yeah, so you can head to airbnb.com/new-host-FIFA.
Perfect. Hey, Matt, thanks for the information today. All right, thank you to my guest, and thank you to you. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.